more than $1 million. Oh, shucks. There's more than 1,000, I bet you. But how can we take it with us?
Reading that somewhere.
Oh, hello. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Familiars. My name is Joby Earl, and I am so excited to be here with you, with all my friends who I'm about to introduce, and with the imagined reality and characters that we will find ourselves encountering today. This group's incredible. They have just basically cleared Grudd Haug to the best of their knowledge. Which is the first lair of the giant lord in this game of Storm King's Thunder. We'll get into a recap of exactly how that went down, but first and foremost, I want to introduce my buddies. This is Rooster, a.k.a. Alex Henriksen. They play a Dragonborn barbarian. In between snacks, we've got Thibodeau, played by Austin.
Just 1 second.
Played by Austin Durant. Yeah. And hey Ben, it's Ben Horner. He plays Captain Chowder, our Warforged sorcerer. We've got Annalise Lawson. Check out that hat. Check out our merch store, Worthy Tiefling Cleric. We've got Jestán, played by Zach Appleman, and last but not least, John Doherty. Another cool hat, walking across all our foreheads.
Do we need to make dad hats? Dad caps?
Oh, yeah. Got a couple dads in here. We need some dad caps. I mean, does a cap become a dad cap when dad wears it?
I don't know. Maybe we're selling merch that one of the dads is going to wear in our group. We have a couple of dads, and then we'll sell it to you, and it's officially a dad cap, a Familiar's dad cap.
Yeah.
If there's any other merch
we have a couple daddies, too.
Well, we definitely have some daddies, but some of them are women.
Hey.
So, but if there's any merch that you want, sound off in the comments. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll make it for you. And if you want to become a dad piece of merch, we will wear it first, send it to ourselves, and then send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
What about a fanny pack? And we can call it a fammy pack.
A fammy pack.
Keep those ideas rolling right in, because that is gold. That's why we get paid the big bucks here to play D&D for you.
We're getting paid?
Some are. Depending on people's contracts.
Enjoy.
It's not professional to sort of. This is not Favored Nations. That's an equity joke for those of you who do not follow theater.
Performing arts labor
performing
unions.
arts
Contracts,
labor unions.
yeah.
But we like to have fun here. That being said, I think that we should get into a little bit of a recap. Catch America up, catch the world up, and catch you up. Last time on The Familiars, the group had approached Grudd Haug to protect Golden Fields, the town that they had most recently visited, in order to bring Thibodeau into the full ranks of the Lord's Alliance. The Familiars have been successful, at least for now. Gu is dead. Her retinue has fled, and the Familiars spent the remainder of the day clearing out anybody else who may have remained to try to defend their stronghold. Now it is midday, and the Familiars are resting in the calm, peaceful aftermath of battle. The road lies open before them. They could go many different directions at this point, but time is of the essence. They are aware that there are at some point reinforcements returning to Grudd Haug, and they had seen a hobgoblin warlord hop back onto their wyvern and fly off with ogres and goblins trailing on the ground beneath, searching for the rest of the Familiars, since Captain Chowder, in Orcish form, had convinced them that the Familiars were elsewhere. They feel like they have time. Maktar. They feel like they have time, but not a lot. That being said, Familiars, we find ourselves, I'll say, when last we left off, last week, some of you were in the kitchen area, and Rooster and Worthy had an exchange in the larger feasting hall of Grudd Haug. What would you guys like to do?
Well,
Can I walk over to the edge of the that hole and ask Worthy to give me a little bit of thaumaturgy?
Sure thing. Thibodeau, you walk back into the room. Cast thaumaturgy. What would you like to do, Thibodeau?
I just want to call down into the depths of the of Grudd Haug and say, Gu, the pig queen of Grudd Haug, has been dispatched. If there are any survivors, is there anyone alive down there? Let us know. Hello?
You hear your voice reverberate with the magical addition of the spell through the caves below, followed by silence. It seems that there doesn't seem to be anyone left down below except for the pigs.
Should we go check for the prisoners?
Give them burial, I guess. Return them to the Blue Bears.
oh, we think they're dead. Oh, geez.
They weren't locked in. If they had heard us, they would have come. I would like to bring them back.
Oh, okay, let's see if they're dead. They could have run off. They've had plenty of time. Let's see.
Should we go down and come back up here and...
Pick the place clean, set it on fire, then take off? Yeah. Something like that.
You guys all are heading down to check on the status of the prisoners. We'll say that you descend this ladder. Go ahead, Worthy.
Oh, I'm just wondering if I know what the armor I picked up was.
Oh, yeah, sure. Worthy, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Captain Chowder, also go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
19.
Wait a second.
2.
2. Worthy, you are mystified as to what this thing could be, hypnotized by the magical aura that makes it seem as if waves crash to and fro on this piece of metalwork. With Chowder's 19, I'm going to allow Rooster whispering sweet
I'm
white
sorry,
noise
doing ASMR. Yeah.
into Warden's ear.
ASMR.
Yeah, nice. With Captain Chowder's Arcana check, I'll bet you that he's going to be able to help you out exactly with what you have. That being said, Chowder, you take off the cloak just for a moment to see if you can get a better look at it. And you kind of flip it out a couple times, and you can see this silver shimmer just move up and down in an equally just beautiful, majestic way. And you recognize this as a cloak of protection. And what this does, as I just pull it up, is it raises your AC by 1 when you're wearing it. Huge addition.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You get a +1 bonus to AC and a +1 bonus to your saving throws while you wear this cloak.
Any saving throw?
Any saving throw.
Oh, nice cloak.
It's
okay. I'm a contender now.
Basically, this blue velvet, deep blue velvet cloak again that has the silver shimmer on it and has this gold inlay along its edges. And as you can look underneath it, it's this crushed red velvet on the underside. There is this sort of metal amulet that comes across as the neck piece to hold it in place, and there is what looks to be this old elven shield hanging there with a hood that comes up over the top with the same gold work around it. Now you go over to look at Worthy. Worthy.
Do you mind? I take a.
Hey, Cap.
Yeah. I want to roll.
What are you gonna do with that old cape? I got a little tyke at. Well, you'd love to have it.
Well, sure. It's a little weather worn. You have a little tyke. Now, hold on a second. You Thibodeau?
Yes. Wait. What?
Yeah, I got a.
You're a dad.
You're a dad.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
A boy or a girl?
Little boy.
How? Just the one?
Yeah, Pee Wee Jr.
Pee Wee Jr. How old is he now?
Oh God, he must be about 6 or 7 now. But I always wanted to make it up to Boof's Toys one day, and he just loved to see this.
Oh, well, absolutely. I rolled it up into a little bundle, and let's see. I grab one of the boomerangs and kind of like tie it into the bow around it. Hand it to Thibodeau.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You take a look back at this armor, and with that 19, you recognize this, Chowder. You haven't seen this in person before. It's very impressive. But in your engineering studies back in Heavener, this was on the bucket list of things that you'd hope to see in your days here on Faerun. This is Mariner's armor. And it is the version of Mariner's armor that is scale mail. And what it does is that while you're wearing it,
Ben, you okay?
Yeah. I believe he could probably.
He's laying down.
Yeah.
He's a little overwhelmed.
Just really wants to take
He's
this
like,
whole
oh
thing
God,
in.
I fucking love this armor.
As you're wearing this armor, what Chowder's explaining to you, Worthy, is that you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. And in addition, whenever you start your turn underwater with 0 hit points, the armor causes you to rise 60 feet toward the surface.
Ooh.
Wow.
So if you are drowning.
So keep you from getting the bends.
Yeah, right. Hey, forever changed after that. But you also, when you're wearing it, it's your AC is 14 plus your dexterity modifier.
Whoa.
With a maximum of 2. What's your dexterity modifier, Worthy?
I'm going to check that out right now. I'm not sure I know.
Okay.
Oh, it's 0.
Okay, so you get a 14. So, an interesting.
Also, if you're suffering from scurvy, it produces an orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So
Yeah.
wait, if my AC is normally 16, would it go down to 14 if I wore this? It's 16 because I have a shield that I carry.
No, you say it would be the same.
Okay, cool. I'm putting it on.
Okay, great. Worthy takes a moment to doff her old armor, and you put on the mariner's armor. As you put it on, you can now see that along the sides, along with the waves, there are these inlays of fish. That as Worthy moves, it's almost like an illusion. It seems as if the fish is swimming through the water.
Glub, 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 glub.
Now, is that fish with an F or a fish with a PH? What kind of fish is that?
With our DM.
Shots fired.
One of the side effects of the armor is she keeps talking about the bootleg
Yeah.
tape from 1997 on eBay.
Fall 97, 11/17/97, opening up with that tweezer to end all tweezers.
Yeah.
Worthy
She keeps
suddenly
on talking.
starts a jam session.
It
and we're all like,
also results in a reduce in your charisma score.
Keeps on mentioning like a third set or something. I don't know. It sounds crazy.
Love you, Joby. Sorry.
For more information on fish spelled with a PH, just give me a call. I will talk to you about it.
Yeah. DM or DM.
DM or DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A human
my,
hacky sack.
Yeah. He'll
Yeah.
onboard you.
My
Let me chill over on Shakedown.
Sylvia, human
my
hacky
name
sack.
my name on Instagram is just fish friend, both spelled with PH.
You have a
That being
second
said-
Insta?
Yeah, I do.
Also makes you
so
smell like patchouli.
after, gosh, I love it when the party makes fun of the DM because they forget that I, before me, have all of these monsters to just throw at them at any moment.
Wow, that was a real DM thing to say.
Oh
I
my
feel like.
gosh.
That being said, now
Wyvern wings.
good night, everybody.
And you're all dead. Okay, bye.
And yeah, thanks for the campaign. Now, let's see. Mariner's armor. That's what you have now. You also picked up these 2 potions. And with that 19, you swirl one around, Cap. And it is as if there is liquid fire swirling in the bottle. And with this Arcana check, you recognize this to be a potion of fire breath.
Ooh. A little fire breath. Who wants it?
Me?
All right, I toss it over to Rooster.
All right.
Do you want me to put any of it in the bag or anything just for carrying purposes?
Rooster, you want it on your person or in the bag?
Worthy, are you mature enough to keep this in your bag?
Okay, not a lot of use with that. Come on now.
Okay,
Going to
Worthy,
say
do you
yes,
mind?
I'm going to say yes. I could keep it in the bag.
Thank
And
you,
I'm sorry that I
Worthy.
snapped at you, Rooster.
Oh my god, Worthy said I'm sorry?
Don't make a big deal out of it. It's not a thing.
And I pick her up and I give her a hug.
Oh.
And then I give her the fire breath. Thank you.
Great. And then the other one that you pick up is a potion of water breathing.
Water breathing. Who wants it?
Just put these things in the bag. Just the things we find, put them in the bag.
Great.
I guess I could take the water breathing. Worthy, you've got the scale mail. Chowder, you don't need to breathe. Rooster,
I can swim.
you can swim.
Swim, yeah.
Just leaves Jestán.
Well, we may not have a lot of time, but we can give a quick look-see, see if there's any tricks for
Is there a
Jestán.
snorkel in there?
You take a look and begin to do some mental math on exactly how much gold you've picked up. You have picked up 470 gold pieces, 2,200 silver pieces, and 5,600 copper pieces. Someone
Wait, how many? How many was it again?
Worthy, if you're holding the bag of holding, you get the illustrious job of writing down how much money y'all take. So once again,
Wow.
470 gold pieces.
Hold on. 470. Okay. Silver pieces.
2,220. 2,200.
Okay.
5,600 copper pieces.
Okay.
While this is happening, can I go up and talk to Cap real quick?
Absolutely.
And I say, hey, Cap.
Yes, Rooster.
I like this Jestán guy. I mean, I don't like him, but I like having him around. Should we ask if he wants to keep a good thing going?
Oh, sure. I saw no signs of him leaving the group.
Well, I mean, after this. You know, I think it always means a little more if in the midst of the hardship you ask someone to stay as opposed to afterwards when everything's already good.
Okay, well, yeah, just make it quick. But by all means, I like Jestán.
Hey, Jestán!
Justin's collecting his arrows. He looks up.
You're cool. You want to keep hanging out with us and stuff?
Keep what?
Like, you want to, like, kind of join our crew and whatnot?
Your crew, your party.
Yeah, party crew, you know. I mean, this is why you annoy me so much, is because of your pedantry. But, yeah, I think, like, we like having you around if you'd like to stay and, you know, kind of split all the treasure with us and stuff. Not just do it for the Oath Bowl, but, like, maybe hang around a little bit.
What's your business after you're done here? What's next for you?
Well,
We haven't fully discussed
Worthy
this
looks
yet.
over at Cap and says, well, I think we have to go to Amphail.
I think
scooch
so.
on over to Amphail.
Look for Cap's wife and child.
Jestán says, I appreciate the offer. I think we should finish up here, see how this pans out, and then we can discuss more. There's a lot of work still to be done here in the Deseret Valley, putting everything back together from the mess that's been made by this dam. So let's see how this goes.
I respect that. Just wanted you to know that we wanted to ask you while everything was shitty, and we're not just asking you in the good times, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, and he thinks for a second. He says, I feel appreciative.
I might cry? Excuse me.
And then he does say, speaking of unfinished business, and he turns to Worthy and he says, that page you've been carrying around, what do you plan to do with that?
Figuring that out.
It's a dangerous
Keep it
thing.
safe.
It's a dangerous thing to be carrying around. I hope you know what you're doing.
I'm well aware of how dangerous it is. And I think that I've been told that there's someone up in Everland by the Moongleam Tower who might be able to give me a bit of information about these things.
Stun nods. Should we, he says to the group, should we check below?
Yeah, how do you think we're gonna make
Let's
these
head down there.
thing? But like, what are we gonna do? How do we flood it? That's just a question I have.
I think we should check below, see if there's anyone down there, and then we set the whole place ablaze.
A blaze will release the river.
If it collapses the wood.
All right.
Cool.
Is there through the kitchen or anything? Is there like a throne room or anything? Is there just any other spot where they may be storing treasure?
Yeah. You take a look around and you you head into the kitchen area, and you can see that if you were looking north, there was these 2 ways out, and Cap, of course, listening to make sure that there's no one else around, you begin to feel confident that you are at the moment alone. You see that there is a haphazard door that was set into the wall that you sort of crack open and look out, and you can see the watchtower. So one of the exits from this area led to that watchtower that sort of had purview over the entire area. Going north, you see another curtain, a smaller curtain. This room doesn't seem to be this sized for giants. You head down and you pull the curtain back, and you can see the large body of water that was behind Grudd Haug, the dammed part of the river.
Who took the shell? Before I forget.
I think that's in the bag, right?
I think it's in the bag. Yeah.
Okay.
What should I describe the shell as, Joby? I'm sorry, I missed that.
A conch shell. It's like a large conch shell.
Okay.
It's a magic shell.
Yeah, you know what, Worthy? I was on such a roll with those items and potions. Let me drink in that shell for a moment before we head down.
This one,
you mind? The bag for holding and thinks about the conch.
Great.
Conch.
It appears.
Can't say that word.
It's tough. John and Zach and I have had a lot of Marco Polos about how to say it.
The cronk.
The Kronkowski. You take it out. It appears. Chowder, you take it. There's a bit of weight to it. But you can tell immediately that there's some kind of magical essence emanating from it. This one will require a separate Arcana check.
Damn it. All right, let's see.
Let me do it. I'm very good with Arcana.
Oh, are you? All right, here you go. Toss it over to...
Don't we have like a identify magic item thing or something?
Well, I think Goose said that it could let you teleport, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what exactly?
With that memory, y'all let you do it with advantage. Way to remember.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Or should you say Shelleport?
Oh,
Jestán, I rescind my offer. Please,
That wasn't Jestán, that was all Zach.
Go ahead.
I take it back. All right, Rooster. That's enough cutting up from you.
Okay.
I take a look at it and concentrate.
Go ahead.
Good old 19 again. That's my safe zone. That's just where I live, arcanically.
How dare you?
This has gone on too long, all of you. Okay,
we're gonna be.
This is why we're losing. Oh no. Oh, please don't stop following us.
Chowder. Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. You take a look at this. And this is interesting. One night, you were chatting with Maxine.
Yes.
Had a couple drinks.
And you missed your wife.
You were talking about your favorite bits of research that items you have discovered, or scrolls or spells or things you would really hope one day to find if you were ever brave enough to adventure out past just the confines of your home. And here you are, adventuring and meeting another adventurer, and Maxine had surprised you with just an encyclopedic knowledge of various magic items throughout Faerun.
Oh, I kept her around.
That's why...
No, boo.
I'm about to change the nature of this magic item. I'm about to be like, oh, actually, it's just a shell. Merely a shell. No,
it's what I enjoyed. One of my favorite things about her.
Right.
That's a better way to say it.
This is something that Maxine spoke about, especially with her knowledge of the giants. You remembered Maxine talking about the Ordning and the hierarchical structure of the Ordning with the Storm Lords, the Storm Giants, at the top. Since the Giant Lords were spread so far apart from each other, the Storm Giants needed a way to have each individual lord be summoned to their court so that they could meet, discuss various happenings in the world, and then quickly return wherever they came from. Maxine described a shell that had been given out to each Stormlord called the Shell of Teleportation. And you heard Maxine talk about the fact that as an action, you can cast a teleport spell by blowing into it. The destination is fixed, and there is no chance of either a mishap or the spell being off target. And anyone teleported by the shell appears in a specific location designated by the item's creator at the time that the shell was created. And you turn it over, and you see this symbol carved into the base of it. That even though you speak Giant, I believe,
yes,
you don't recognize this, but it is different than the symbol you saw carved on the entrance to Grudd Haug. Once the spell is cast, you can only use it. You can only use it once a day. But Maxine talked about these items and their power, and anybody who could attune to it might have the ability to teleport where the Storm Giants wanted them to teleport to in order to hold court.
Yeah, when you said the destination is fixed, that means like to any individual shell has like a destination like programmed into it, and that's what it is? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
By that?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then Maxine talked about the fact that these were specifically made so that the Giant Lords could meet and treat with the Storm Giants and then return.
Okay. Just the person holding it? Or is it like a sphere of influence? You know what I mean? Like, is it a solo
would it take
niche?
the whole party, or just
I know,
one
that's... I believe...
Y'all hold hands.
I'm going to look up the teleport spell. John, go ahead.
And just as you're sort of turning the shell over in your hand, inspecting the sort of symbol on the bottom of it, you hear from over in the next room, and it almost sounds like it might be outside, like right outside Grudd Haug. You hear some commotion, and then you hear some speech, and the speech sounds like,
"Come on, move faster, we have to go. The Hill Giants, we should never have agreed to work for them. They pay shit. They've all been destroyed. We cast our lot with the wrong group. Come on, we have to go back to the forest. Bring only what you can to travel. We're leaving now. We should have done what the hobgoblins did. Play both sides. Talk to all the giant lords. Should have been smarter about it. The hobgoblins, too, they're in league with the Zhentatim. Now they're all better off than we are. Come on, let's go."
And that sounded like the orcs?
Yes.
The ice shield? Okay.
Moving towards us or away from us?
Away.
That's good.
Okay.
So,
Bye.
Hey, gang.
Did he just say that they're in league with the Zents, the
the hobgoblins.
And a hobgoblin warlord did escape and leave, so...
Well, one of those
and knows
hobgoblin...
that we're here?
Yeah, we should scooch.
There's a hobgoblin warlord on a wyvern scouring the valley for us right now.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking that if that hobgoblin knows that Rooster and I are here and works for the Zhents, and the Zhents want us, we should probably scurry.
Yeah.
Let's go downstairs, get a quick check, and let's blow this place up.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's skedaddle.
All right, everyone put your hand in the center.
Rooster
Everyone's
puts their
hands in the
hand in the
center?
center.
I put my hand in the center.
Put my hand in the center.
My hand in the center.
And in the center.
Okay, ready? On familiars on 3. 1, 2, 3. Familiars.
Yes!
It's called team building.
Okay.
And you guys
I
head
learned
downstairs.
it in the army.
Thanks, Rooster. That actually felt really good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm part of a group.
You guys head downstairs.
Feel a lot
Make
better.
a group investigation check. I'll say you get to choose. You get to choose between an investigation or a perception.
Oh, perception all the way, baby. Yes. Ooh. Yes.
15.
Oh, 20, nice.
5.
Okay.
19.
All right. The average. Not so bueno.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Oh, the average. No.
With a group check.
You going with the mean or the median? The mode?
Great question. I just got. I just had a panic attack from a very young place in me that still doesn't know what any of those words mean. But that being said, you did okay, but you do scour the entire basement floor of Grudd Haug, and as you do, the pigs just sort of very calmly move amongst you. You try to get up onto this place where the prisoners were. Pardon me, and there's no sign of anyone. There's no, so you definitely don't find corpses, but you don't see a sign of the family nor the barbarian.
Justin, can you do any sort of tracking? Extra special double?
I can look for tracks that would look like human tracks that aren't ours.
Absolutely.
Those would stand out.
Yes. I'll just say, for the sake of story, that you call Jestán up, and Jestán takes a moment to look around, and a la Two Towers, Aragorn begins to retrace exactly what happened.
2 hobbits laid here.
And Jestán, you see, it seems that that this fellow from the Bluebear tribe was in charge, and that he had the himself and the family returned to their cages just with the doors unlocked and waited. And after a certain amount of time, it seems that the barbarian took them back out, and his tracks are much harder to track than the family's, but it seemed that he led them and somehow coached them to leave as few tracks as possible and made their way in the direction of what looks to be the place where you all came in from, that first cave way off to the side. And I'll say, as the group investigates the remainder of the ground floor, Jestán, you follow these tracks, and they lead all the way out to the cave.
That's good.
It looks like they escaped.
I think looks like they may have escaped.
Wow, you can tell all that just from looking at the floor.
Glad you're part of the team, maybe.
That being said, all of you find, I have the exact number here, but around 50 more gold pieces sort of scattered throughout. There's various places where giants had their sleeping quarters. And you notice that each giant kind of has this large sack that they carry. And when you look inside, it's this, that's where you sort of find sort of gold and silver and copper amongst various strange, just almost seemingly like random artifacts. And for example, you find things like this painted rocking horse. You find this like a small bag of salt, and there's actually this like fully formed beehive with no bees in it. But it's a strange bit of detail that for some reason there seems to it lends itself to thinking that there's a curiosity. They seem, or either curiosity or some kind of compulsion to gather, to pick things up. And the pile upstairs was just the shiniest assortment that Goo was smart enough to know could be used to pay mercenaries and to amass a kind of army. That being said, you can choose if you want to pick any of these things up. You can roll a D100 or leave them be, but they're fairly random and not worth too much.
I say we leave them be and set this place ablaze before anyone comes back looking for us.
Now,
go ahead.
Before we do that, which we should, and soon, I've got a sort of wild idea. Because once this place is on fire, we're going to have to get out of here. And there are parties looking for some of us. Let's say we start a fire, gather around the shell, see where that takes us. Now, if it's a rough landing, we can come right back and do the waterfall plunge again.
There's a strong chance that shell takes us right into the hold of the storm giants.
Well, then we'll come right back.
Nah.
It'll be unexpected, a surprise. Oh, so sorry. Otherwise, we need to come up with a way to get out of here once we set it on fire.
I have a thought.
Continue.
I don't know how far away the orcs are now, but maybe they would take some gold to go tell the Zhents that we died at Grudd Haug.
Handbag, that's a good plan.
I don't know. I hit my head and but yeah, it's just an idea.
I like that better than the idea of jumping right into the fucking giant's lair without knowing where we'll end up.
How long ago did we hear them talking?
Just now. I'll say that this sort of conversation was happening sort of amongst it maybe a few minutes.
DM, is there anything sparked in Worthy's memory or connection, any connection sparked between that map we found in Anaxia's tower and any of the locations that these giants were talking about?
Let's pull up that map.
Or any symbols similar from the map to the conch. I still have the map. I can pull it out.
Let's see. You pull out the map, and I pull up the map. Here it comes, y'all. Here it comes.
It's exciting.
It's so exciting, right?
Bum.
You pull out the map, and sorry, literally, just to be totally transparent, just this is wide open where y'all are gonna go, and so John and Zach and I have had many conversations about what would happen when, and we're just furiously texting with each other.
Should we do one of these?
No, not at all. No, this is real. This is totally real. It's mostly me texting them, being like, "Oh my God.
We can't use we couldn't use the conch anyway until someone like attuned to it, right?
Yeah, we'd need a short rest.
Oh.
Can I grab Tibbs and Tibbs? Let's go out and you're charming.
Yes.
And offer some gold to the orcs.
Sure. Or
I'll
maybe
say
I should just go out in orc. I can go. Let me go back to orc.
Okay.
Don't want them killing any of us. All right. Well, here we go. I snap my finger. Fur gets sucked in. Ah! I transform back into an orc. Great. And I run out.
God, I want to kill you.
Wait! Oh, and I took lots of gold. I took 100 gold.
Great. You grab 100 gold.
I think I have more than that on me.
Great.
Anyway.
Yeah.
My
And
purse.
you run out and you see.
Wait, Cat.
Cat
Give him
runs
this, and
out.
I throw Captain Chowder his old cape. Tell him. You know he's dead.
Nice.
Oh, but that's for your boy.
Yeah, he'll get him another one.
All right.
Cap, you run out and you see 10 orcs that have made their way up the muddy path, and you look down, you can see that they've already packed up their tents. The sheep they have they've left the gates open, and the sheep are just sort of like roaming free, beginning to just leave and be free and live their sheep lives. The orcs have moved up the muddy path and are moving along the ridge line, probably about 60 feet away from you, but you call out, and one of them turns around and sees you, and the group halts.
Hi. Listen. Do me a kindness, brother. All of the familiars that are mutual friends under an uneasy truce the hobgoblins have been in pursuit of. The familiars, they're all dead. It would likely be best for them to let this be known to the Zhentatim. Will you be a dear while we wrap things up here and convey the message here? And I hand the Chowder's old cloak for your pains. And I take out 100 gold, which is, big handful. Here you go, brother.
And as you hand it, the other orcs behind the one you're talking to kind of scurry up and go,
All right, you jackals. Back. It's mine.
Plenty to go around.
Takes the gold from you and says,
We're going back to the high forest. But if we see the Zhentatim, we will convey your message.
Well, Orcish brother, that's quite a generous fee. Let's not leave this to happenstance. Let's track them down and find them. Yes?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, first roll's a 22.
Orcish folk hero.
We're going to go up to 24. So it's a 24 total roll. What do you say, brother?
Everyone, you see the orc looking back to its compatriots, and the orcs are all pretty into that.
He nods.
Sounds great.
The orc says,
I heard the hobgoblins say that the Zhentarim have brought their leader to barge right in. We will make for the town, tell them your message, and return to the high forest, to the ancestral home of the Ice Shield Orcs. Makta!
Yes. And then I turn around to make my way back to Grudd Haug, and I catch them peeking out of the curtain, and I'm going as I walk my way back to the familiars.
For those on the podcast, Ben was mouthing like, "Oh my god!" Just like,
I can't
we
believe
did
that
it.
worked.
Oh my god!
You see this group of orcs converse with each other, and the one you were speaking with, they then head back down the muddy path and start heading south as opposed to east.
Okay. Wow.
Well done, Cap.
Good ideas,
done,
everyone.
Rooster.
Rooster.
Yes, good job, Rooster.
Great idea, Thibodeau. The cape was a good.
I thought it would help
nice.
sell it.
I think it did. All right. Well.
Did they say anything about the Zhents? Any information?
Oh,
about them?
yes. Oh, yeah. I guess no one else heard that. Yes. Just a second. I check back outside to make sure the orcs are out of sight now.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, they are. All right. And I cancel the spell to go back into Captain. All right.
Okay.
All right, gang. They're going to go find the hobgoblins and convey the message that the familiars are no longer a threat to the Zhents because they're dead. Also said the leader of the Zhentarims, FYI, is holed up at the Dad Nabbit, gee willikers, what was it called? The Barge Inn?
Barge right in.
Barge right in! Right now, the leader of the Zhents is there.
Manchun.
The snail
Manchun. Is that the snail?
The snail. Yeah.
Oh, we met him.
in Waterdeep.
It's very hazy for me. I was under the influence. All right. Well, maybe we let sleeping dogs lie?
Yeah, I think we better let the whole thing cool off. Sounds like they were pretty hot on our trail.
Where did you say you needed to go next, Amphail?
Amphail. Yes, I've got a lead. Just a few weeks old.
Well, I can lead you there in a way that takes us around Barge right.
To avoid it.
To avoid it, yeah.
Yes. Well,
I have no interest in crossing the Zhents.
No. Okay. I guess it's just good to know. I like knowing where the snail is. That's all.
In the meantime, I've looked at the tables, and there probably were like some sausages around, some dried meats, maybe. Are there?
It's pretty nasty. I'll say that you headed back into the kitchen, and it seemed like the hobgoblins and goblins were sort of more interested in the like cooked stuff. And there was that sort of suckling pig roasting in the oven that seems like it was left there in order to take positions. It's pretty burnt, but you kind of save it and you can crack a lot of the more charred bits off of it. If you're, are you looking for a snack, Rooster?
Yeah.
You just dig in. It's once you actually get past the sort of first half inch of char, I mean, it's delicious.
Can I bring it out and be like, anybody want some pig? I think,
I sort of look over to Tibbs and I'm like, should we tell them it's pork?
This is a really good thing that I found. I'm guessing it's a sheep.
It's definitely pork.
I can't hear nothing. What? It's chewing too much.
You're chewing. Rooster chews very loudly.
So Jestán says, so why don't we set this place ablaze, and then I can take us southwest off the beaten paths again, make our way towards Amphail. We'll sort of pass by Grayson's farm, and then I'll take you the rest of the way there.
Yeah, somewhere soon, somewhere hidden, we can rest up. I have a feeling that just with 8 hours of shutting it down, I'm going to have a real sort of magical breakthrough.
I get that feeling too, Kip.
Yeah.
I like to say some prayers.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right.
Well, Grudd Haug, gosh, I'm going to miss you.
I start taking the hay bales and stuff and spreading them out and throwing the torches on them at the points that I think would sort of start a good blaze.
Yeah, I'm just spamming firebolt to the corners.
I'm spamming Sacred Flame.
Okay, great. As you
eating.
spam these spells, you look around and you see that there are kind of these 4 weak spots in the dam. Yes. And it's where the rivers came in from both sides. And you're on the inside, of course, but you see that there's a weak spot here, and then 2 on the other side. As you're looking, you think that, there was a myriad of ways you could have dealt with this situation. And one of them could have been to try to take out the dam from afar and just let the whole thing collapse, which is also something that John and Zach and I researched about when it came to structural integrity of dams. And
then we wouldn't have this great shell. No. We wouldn't have this great conch.
It's true. So as you look to see that there were these sort of spots that were weaker than others, as you throw the hay bales up against them and cast these spells, I would like Chowder to roll a d8.
Okay. D8. Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
We've got
6.
A 6. So this fire catches pretty quick. And especially on the southern side, which is drier than the north side. And Chowder, you're looking around and you think that you probably have about 6 minutes before this thing completely collapses. Okay. So the time to leave is probably sooner rather than later. And you can judge by the 8-sided die what that would have done if you had rolled a 1 or a 2. Anyway, so.
Okay. And when I went out to talk to the orc, was there anyone else around outside? It was just the orcs. It looks like it's been abandoned outside?
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay. I think we got about 6 minutes, crew.
Great.
It's a little more fire than it seems like the coast is clear outside. I think we can just run off. What do you think, Jestán?
Let's make for it. We'll make for the trees towards the southwest, and then start traveling that way.
Great.
Do we want to maybe go out of the path of the river? Wouldn't south take us right into the path of the released river?
No, I'm sort of going southwest. I'm not going to take them like on a path that's going to be where it's going to be flooded. I'm like going around it. Yeah.
Cool.
Can I yell down to the pigs? Run! Run! Get out of here, pigs!
Jestán says to Rooster that they're incredibly buoyant. They'll be fine.
Thanks, Jestán.
They'll fine. They'll run towards the light. Run towards the light! I yell down to them.
And they all get out safe.
None of them respond to you as you rush out of Grudd Haug as the flame catches the rest of the way. Smoke is now billowing amongst the sort of basement level, and as it begins to get uncomfortably smoky, all of you begin to head out. Jestán takes you out of the path of the damned river, and I'll say that you guys make it to that kind of lookout spot that you had made it to before, with that little treehouse archer place. It's a bit higher ground, and it's here where you look back and you can now see all of Grudd Haug just completely engulfed in flame. And
break the dam.
All of you are standing there in this sort of relatively awed silence as, almost in slow motion, the entirety of Grudd Haug collapses in on itself.
Yes!
Release the river!
There is so much flammable debris that falls in on itself, there's this almost huge fireball that erupts, but that is immediately doused by the strength and power of the river rushing over it, as you see this wave of water just careen past what used to be Grudd Haug. The watchtower just kind of collapses and falls and then just splashes into the oncoming flow of the river as it rushes down south in what you can now see was its original path. There's a riverbed that was there prior that now begins to be rushed over with this flow of the river as you release the Jestán River into its original path successfully.
As we gaze upon this river releasing, I look over to Jestán and say, "Whoa, what do you think, Jestán? This river gonna flood, barge right in?"
He says, "No, it won't flood, barge right in. Barge right in was built back before the river was dammed." But he looks out, and you can see that the river that before had been sort of a narrow stream is now really this wide flowing, kind of gorgeous. Sorry, there's a guy with a fucking leaf blower right out here. Wait, can you hear me?
Welcome to LA.
Don't hear it. Is that
you guys look behind you? There's just like this little gnome with a leaf blower. Like, oh, sorry.
It's an artificer.
Yeah.
You just see that it's actually this really beautiful river, and you can see how much further the water line actually went. And as this water just starts pouring down and moving southwards, you can see that maybe for the first time, Jestán isn't scowling. And he just looks incredibly relieved that there's a chance that things might start getting back to normal in this land that he cares about. And if the group wants to travel, I would start leading them southwest away from the river, thinking that maybe we camp for the night somewhere near where Grayson's farm was, off the beaten path.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
You guys make your way south. It's about midday now, and it's beginning to settle in what you guys just accomplished. I think maybe for all of you, knowing your backstories, this was maybe the largest thing that you had been a part of. Thibodeau, for you, as you make your way south through this sort of the craggy hills surrounding Grudd Haug before you make it to the small stands of trees that dot the landscape on your way south, if you so choose, you are now an official member of the Lord's Alliance. There's no more lying, no more conning. It's official.
Tibbs.
If you so choose to pursue that. For the rest of you, there are the memories of the folks who you've lost. I mean, since Golden Fields, that was your first encounter with these giants. And there's the memory of the last remaining member of the Wandering Ghosts, Z, who, to the best of your knowledge, is still somewhere in Golden Fields helping to organize the rebuilding effort. But Naxine, Miros, Orin, Shalvis, all gone. Jestán, maybe that memory is closest in your mind. But today the sun is warm, and as you watch Jestán behold the reformation of the Jestán River, as you make your way south, it is beautiful, and there is something that has been restored to the land due to all of your efforts and actions. You travel for the better part of the day.
How about a traveling song, Tibbs?
It was like, oh, Christ.
I'm feeling pretty good, like a celebratory.
Something upbeat.
Victory song.
Yeah, something about the legend of the familiars.
How about, let's see here.
Something wild and thrashing.
Maybe like a rat.
As I went down to Wamford all on a summer's day, I saw the biggest giantess, and won't believe what I say. Her legs were big like tree trunks. Her head was like a... shit. Well, it's something like that. But then the chorus goes... oh, believe me, lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie, and if you go down to Wamford, you'll see her the same as I. It's a real body song.
And I get turned on.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Great.
If you go down to
Wamford, I'll work on it. I'll workshop
the same
it.
as
As you guys make your way south,
we'll open the next episode with it.
jaunty song.
Oh, believe me, lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie, and if you go down to Wamford, you'll see her the same as I.
You
continue
onwards, and even Jestán has cracked a smile. There's something about the day, the sun over the Desserin River, and this incredible song. And the victory that seems to have settled upon the group as a whole. You travel for the better part of the day, and it is when the sun is reaching its the point where it's going to just dip up beyond the horizon. Sunset, where you come over the top of this one hill to Jestán, where you know Grayson's place to be. And as you come over the top, you see smoke.
Oh no.
And you can see from this distance that both the house and the barn have been burned. It doesn't look to be recent, more smoldering. But you're looking at a ruin.
Sprint.
Jestán sprints. Everyone go ahead and make a perception check, Jestán with disadvantage. Jestán, first roll to 16.
Perception.
With perception. Jestán's rolling with disadvantage. Everyone else is rolling with advantage. Well, everyone else is rolling normal.
Okay, 2.
2. Worthy with a 21.
Nice.
Jestán with a 16.
I got 15.
15 for Rooster and Thibodeau.
I got an 18.
An 18.
Oh, there it is.
With these high rolls, Jestán, you begin to sprint, but immediately start putting your head on a swivel. And all of you are looking at the house and then immediately start looking left and right. Luckily, there are a few sort of scraggly bushes around these jutting rocks that are on the top of this hill. And it's lucky because you see on another hill on the other side 3 riders dressed in black.
Oh no.
Surveying the surrounding countryside as you all duck for cover. And that
Do they see us?
Is where we'll pick up next week with a stealth check to see if y'all are seen by the 3 members of the Zhentatim who are currently observing the ruined out, burned out farm of Sweet Grayson and his 2 kids. Guys, fantastic.
100 gold wasted.
100 gold tossed to the wind. But no matter, you guys got so much money when you figure out how much all that stuff is worth. It's been so much fun for yet another episode of The Familiars. Y'all, I want to thank all of my illustrious crew for playing some Dungeons & Dragons with me, improvising at the top of our level. The puns today were just fuego.
That song.
Come for the puns, stay for the adventure,
this week.
and the song.
Needs your help. A ballad
tune in.
called the Pig Queen of Grudd Haug.
The Pig Queen of
Yes.
Grudd Haug.
The murder ballad. Penny.
Copyrighted, trademarked. It's ours. Don't you steal it. We're gonna get all the royalties on that. But for real, tell your friends, like us, subscribe to us, follow us. It helps so much just get more and more people to come hang out with us while we all take a break from our crazy, crazy lives and sit around and play some games. We're so happy that you're here with us. And come on back now. You hear? Because our intent is all for your delight. Peace out, y'all.